You cannot wait until I'm finished, huh? Are you in a hurry or what?
No, you look ready.
I look what?
You look ready.
Ready? Oh, I look ready. Ready to die. Okay, now I'm ready. So, going to shoot.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyone with questions, you can raise your hand. You can start asking the question. Anyone would like to start first?
What is? No questions, huh? Oi.
Pang is Pang was that.
I wanted to ask, actually, as the parents age, right? Usually the children are the one making a decision when they are in critical illness. For example, when they are near to death.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, if let's say the doctor actually make a decision that you are supposed to make a decision to decide whether we should remove the life support, for example. What are the things that a child should take note of to discuss with the parents such that they won't break the precepts? Like whether if I decided to remove the life support from them, will I be the one? I mean, the intention is there's no way to be safe anymore. It's to reduce suffering. Then at this point of time, like it's not a bad karma, right? It's like what are the things that I should really discuss with them right before they get very sick?
Yeah. I mean, discuss it before, yeah. I mean, if they say, leave me on life support for 3 months, then you leave them on life support, yeah. I mean, yes, of course it is better, yeah. And you have to watch your intention, or the people have to watch their intention. I mean, if they are going to inherit a lot of money, they should watch their intention, so, yeah. And let's get rid of my parents, and inherit, the wealth, from my parents. Then this is, of course, not good, yeah. But to reduce the suffering of the people, yeah, I mean, if there's no hope that they come back, then just shut it off, yeah. It is not really killing, yeah. I mean, if you turn off the life support, yeah. Because without life support, they would die anyway, yeah. It is artificial, yeah. And then some people, keep them forever on life support, I mean, think about the people cannot go to the next life, huh? And they cannot move. What they are doing in their body, nothing, yeah. Cannot move the body, I mean, if the brain is functioning or not, we don't even know, yeah. Okay?
Okay, thank you. I have no questions.
How is your practice?
I've been slacking in my practice, but I'll come back in December 19. Yeah, I'll stay for about a week.
3 weeks?
1 week.
3 weeks.
1 week. I bought the air tickets already. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone else?
What is? People don't practice or what? If we don't practice, we don't have questions, yeah?
Okay, there's a question from the Zoom chat.
Okay.
Dear Longpo, the fifth precept is no intoxication of drinks. Can you clarify?
What? That is not right. No intoxication, not only drinks, yeah? I mean, it is alcohol. It is alcohol, and and heroin, and all these yaba and so whatever it is, yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So the question is, can you clarify if that includes no cooking with alcohol?
What?
I understand cooking with alcohol.
Yeah. Why do you want to cook with alcohol? Normally the alcohol, disappears, when you're cooking, yeah. But I wouldn't do it, yeah. Just to be sure, yeah.
Yeah. So some Buddhists seems to think it's okay to cook with wine. Also nowadays there are many restaurants that use wine in their dishes. Are we breaking the precept if we consume the food without knowing that alcohol was used?
No. I mean, you have to have an intention, yeah. You have to have the intention to drink alcohol, yeah. Or you have to have the intention, to use drugs, yeah. I mean, a lot of people nowadays use drugs, and they think, I don't know what is on the market, ecstasy or whatever is on the market, it just blows our mind, yeah. And that is, of course, against the 5 precepts. But if you go to a restaurant and and you get a nice sauce, if you smell the alcohol, then stop eating it, yeah. But yeah, normally, when you use alcohol for cooking, it disappears, it dissipates, yeah. But if they put too much in, it might not, yeah. So if you smell it or if you taste it, then just stop it, yeah. But you didn't have any intention, yeah. Okay. How many people are there anyway?
I think there are 17.
17. No questions from 17 people. You just want to see me, huh? That I'm still alive.
Nobody's question from me.
Yeah. Where are you from? Vietnam?
I'm currently in Prague, Lumpur.
In Prague?
Yes.
Oh, in the Czech.
Yeah, Czech Republic.
Czech Republic. Yeah. I mean, I'm still using Czechoslovakia, but it's just Czech. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing there?
I'm doing my doctoral study in Charles University, like in physics, microscope, laser, those kind of things.
Okay.
Yeah, I was shy to ask you a question, and yeah, actually, I always think of you as my teacher, and but I'm shy, so I don't know how to ask. I mean, I have a question, yes, of course.
Yeah, well, what is your question? Use the laser, to investigate your body.
I mean, I practice, almost every day, and sometimes I do like the focus on the breath, anapanasati, sometimes like kayanupasana, like on the body investigation. But the thing is that I think currently I'm stuck in my work and also like in meditation because I mean. Okay, let's say, this morning I do meditation and I really can focus. I mean, it means like I'm imaging from the lab and those things and I try to focus on the breath, but it disappear. I hold it back and then okay, you also suggested that like one more breath, so I say one more breath, but sometimes especially in the weekend like today or tomorrow, then I don't know how to manage time study and meditation because I know like the meditation give me it is the only way and and also I'm just drawing between the choices like okay, I want to meditate and when I meditate then I can't really focus and then when I study my mind is thinking to meditate. It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, you separate it out, yeah? I mean, meditation actually helps you with your study, yeah? Then use, I mean, if you have the feeling you cannot concentrate, then use put with breathing in and do with breathing out, yeah? Or just use the Buddha, yeah? Until the mind gets calm, yeah? And then you can use put with breathing in and do with breathing out, yeah?
Yeah, I tried, but just I cannot do more than 2 hours, and then I can't do. I mean, I can means like.
Why? What is happening after 2 hours?
And then feeling appear, and then like okay, it will be much better.
what is?
There are some kind of painful feeling appear, and then okay, I should stop and study, and
No. You should investigate the pain and the fear.
Yeah.
Because these are the things, the kilesas bring up, pain and fear, fear, huh? And if we follow the command of the kilesas, okay, let's stop, I mean, we will never overcome pain and fear. We will never understand, So,
true.
I mean, try it, I mean, let's say, 10 minutes, you investigate pain, If it's too much, say, okay, hello, put your white flag up and said, okay, I give in, But let's next time, the important thing is not just to stop. The important thing is to know we give up because the kilesas are too obnoxious, And then, and then at the same time, when we give up, we tell ourselves the next time we just do half a minute longer,
It takes like a million,
Yeah. Half a minute is not very much, or 10 seconds, But
after the pain arrived, then it's like very, very loud. And
Yes, because you don't like pain. Huh? So what is pain? So everybody, I mean, how look at the people here in this world. How are they ruled? Through pain and fear. And that's how the kilesas rule us. They bring up some fear, and then we give in. Our government says, I mean, if you don't do this, I mean, you go to prison, or something like that, or we don't give you any money, So we are afraid, So we do what they want, And it's the same thing, the kilesas, we do what they want,
Yes. Also, when I'm very stressed, I want to come to you and practice meditation, but also fear came that I really like Europe, as you know, and I can't because if I make this decision, my PhD will be stopped, and I don't have any reason to come back because I'm not from Europe, so sometimes okay, I have to go with this fear and pain,
Yeah. But that is completely okay, But Europe at the time, it's not really a good place to be. There's a lot of hostility. There's a lot of hostility. People are very angry, because they are dissatisfied, mostly dissatisfied with their government, or you don't have enough money because they all spend it on war, The money and the tax of the people, they spend it on war, They want to have a war with Russia. I mean, it's so stupid,
I don't know. So sometimes I'm thinking I want to, maybe kind of kilesa. I want to study to Buddhist study, not physics. Because, in the lab it's so stressful. I have to do those kind of experimental things. So maybe if I want to be in Europe, then I can change my subject or something like that. Because I cannot come to you completely because of, kilesa. I don't know.
I mean, that is okay. You don't make this decision with the mind. You make these kind of decision with your heart.
Yeah.
What is the heart wanting, I mean, finish, if you do your doctorate, at least, you have your, what is it, you have your diploma, already. So you could actually work as a physicist,
I think I don't want to become a physicist. It doesn't fix with this.
You just want to study. Then study Buddhism. Find out about yourself, not find about the world. I mean, look at yourself. I mean, who am I? What is it that makes me want this? What is it that makes me want that? What is it? I mean, that drives me here, that drives me there, Where is that coming from? Investigate yourself, A lot of people, they don't understand themselves, I mean, they look at others, see something they like, in other people, They want it also, they see something they hate, yeah? And I always tell the people, whatever you see in the other person is just a mirror of yourself. Yeah? I mean, if you see, if you get angry about how a person behaves, it's the way that you behave, yeah? But you don't want to see it, but you see it in other people. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. Yeah, whatever, yeah? I mean, practice, the more you practice, the more the heart, will tell you what to do, what is proper for you, yeah? And once the heart makes a decision, it is very easy, yeah?
Yes. I really hope at that moment. Thank you very much, and
Yeah,
I try
you're
to
welcome.
see you every week. I really wish you to be healthy and long-lived because I need you.
Yeah, but then you have to rush to come over because I don't. It's getting
so
more
maybe
and it's getting worse for me, Yeah.
Okay, maybe another person can.
Okay, Sani.
Yes, Ina, if I got her name correct. Maria? Yeah.
Hey, hello. My question is how to deal with these foreground and background thoughts during meditation.
There's only
because
one.
We don't.
Yeah. You just replace them. You replace them with the Buddha, or you replace them with the attention on the breath. If they are too strong, sometimes you can say, not interested, not interested, not interested, not interested. Yeah.
Okay.
The foreground, the foreground, are easy, to get rid of. The background are more difficult. But the more, you have to understand, the more interest we have in our object that we observe, be it the breath or the Buddha, the less activity are in the background. Yeah.
And sometimes it's like, it's not really a thought, but it's as if something is going on in the background.
Yeah. That is quite normal. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you put your attention, there's also a lack of interest, yeah, in the object that we observe, yeah. Because after a while, after 20 minutes, we become a little bit bored, the breath, I know already the breath. No, you don't know it. The breath changes every moment, yeah. The same with the Buddha. Yeah.
Okay. And at this point, I shouldn't start with body investigation. Should
Not
I wait
yet.
until?
Wait until the mind is clear of all these things. Yeah.
Okay.
What you can do is the kind of body investigation everybody can do is look at one's life. From birth, learning to walk, learning to talk, going to school, learning to think. Yeah. And then going to work, finding a profession, going to work. Some people have a family. Go through that, yeah. Find out, how much dukkha there was, yeah, in your life, yeah. And then think about it. Okay, next life I have to do the same thing over and over again. That might give you some motivation, to practice a little bit more, and to be more interested in the practice, yeah. Yeah. This kind of body investigation, yeah, it's a very coarse one. We can do any time. We don't need a lot of concentration. We can look, or go back, Okay, now I'm 40, Okay, what happened with the age of 39? What were the things, And then 38, and then go back until you come closer to birth. Yeah. This kind of body investigation you can do anytime, yeah? Maybe do it half an hour every day, yeah? Or reflecting about death, that is also good.
Okay.
Where do you live?
In Germany.
Germany. Ja. Ja, dann gibt's genug Möglichkeiten, ne?
Oh ja.
Look at the old people, yeah. look at people, sometimes, one can go to the hospitals and look at the people who are close to death, and say one time, I will be just like that, yeah? I mean, we are born, we get older, we get sick, and we die, yeah? That is the thing, yeah? And don't get disturbed by the things that are going on in Germany, yeah? I mean, I wouldn't like to live in Germany anymore.
It's not so nice at the moment.
No. I still remember the times in the 70s and the beginning of the 80s. That was really great, yeah, being in Germany. But now, I mean, it's the same in Austria. I mean, the mood is very, very, very heavy, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah. So I mean, you use the meditation, to withdraw from the world, yeah? As much as you can, yeah. Okay.
Can I ask another question?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
When it comes to daily reflection, how detailed should it be?
As detailed as you can remember.
Okay.
Ja, so, aber das Wichtige ist bei der Reflexion ist, dass du nicht darüber nachdenkst, ob das gut ist oder schlecht ist, sondern einfach nur, was habe ich gedacht, welche Gefühle waren da, was habe ich gemacht. Und was war das Nächste? Ja, wenn ich mich nicht erinnern kann, sofort zum nächsten springen, woran du dich erinnern kannst. Ich habe meine Zähne geputzt, wo waren meine Gedanken? Was habe ich dann gemacht? Dann habe ich gegessen und nach dem Essen kann ich mich nicht erinnern, dann bin ich zur Arbeit gegangen oder sowas. Ja? Und wenn du das jeden Tag machst, dann wird es jedes Mal etwas detaillierter. Ja?
Okay.
Ja? Aber nicht beurteilen, nicht sagen, das war gut oder das war schlecht, sondern einfach, wir zeigen dem Herz einfach nur, was wir gemacht haben, was wir gefühlt haben, was wir gedacht haben, wie wir reagiert haben. Okay?
Okay. Dazu noch, weil wenn ich die mache und wenn ich fertig bin und dann passiert es auf einmal, okay, jetzt habe ich es gemacht und dann kommen auf einmal wie so am Band 1000 Einzelerinnerungen hoch.
Das ist okay. Das ist okay.
Okay, das macht jetzt nicht. Okay.
Nee, das macht überhaupt nichts.
Okay.
Ne? Ja. Du triggerst da mit deiner Reflexion, triggerst du einfach nur, ja, und dann hörst du auf und dann plötzlich kommen alle die Dinge. Ja? Aber ja, schau sie dir nur an, nur anschauen.
Okay.
Nicht beurteilen.
Das ist schwierig, aber okay, ja.
Alles klar?
Okay, thank you.
Mhm. Okay, Sani, somebody else?
Anyone else have questions? Yes, Celia? Yes.
Yeah, so?
Ajahn, can you hear me well?
Yeah.
Okay. My question is about something you just said about fear, like fear coming from our kilesas.
Yeah.
But then how to work with it? Like just as an act of will, I will not have fear, or how to work with having fear?
No. Have you ever done any investigation of pain?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing is you feel pain. Yeah. I mean, the first thing is, there is pain. Yeah? Then you feel it and let it pervade the whole body. You want to understand the feeling of pain. Yeah. And that is the same thing for any kind of feeling, yeah? Be it fear, be it anger, be it lust, be it whatever it is, yeah? We want to understand, we really want to feel that feeling, yeah? Without putting any labels on it, I like it or I don't like it, doesn't really matter. We just want to feel the feeling, yeah? And then, yeah, once we can feel the feeling, for pain we ask, where is it actually located? But for fear, we ask the question, what came before the fear? What kind of thoughts did it have? Or what kind of memories, yeah? Or you can ask yourself, what am I afraid of, yeah? If you don't know the answer, then go back, see what led to this fear, yeah? And if you understand what led to this fear, then you can correct the view, yeah, the view or the thought, that led to this fear, and say, this is not realistic, yeah? Or I don't have to be afraid of it. A lot of people are afraid of what is happening tomorrow, yeah? If you're a Buddhist, you just say, whatever happens will happen anyway, I cannot protect myself. The only way I can deal with it in the proper way is, to have sati at that moment when it happens. Because then I know, yeah, how to deal with it in a proper way. Yeah,
So
think about...
If we do this...
What?
Yes, please, continue.
Yeah. Think about the time, when the whole world was afraid of COVID. Huh? And what was it? In the end, now we know it was just, it just was a flu, with a different kind of virus, yeah? Huh? And everybody, took the shots, put the mask, and all these things, actually didn't help with it, yeah? That's what I said before, the fear makes us do things, that are not wholesome, yeah? We don't see clearly. When our mind is full of fear, we don't see clearly. Yeah? So we accept there is fear, then we look, what is the cause of our fear. So we roll back. Before that memory came this thought, before this thought came this memory or this feeling, yeah, and so on, yeah, until we find the cause of the fear, yeah, and then we can correct it.
We are looking for the immediate cause. We are
Yeah.
not looking for, this happened when
No,
I
no.
was a child or so.
No, that is psychology.
Yes, because then
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, that is not. It can come, from a childhood memory, but you will see the memory because the memory of this childhood will come up, to trigger the fear, or the encounter with a person can trigger the fear. So you come to see, I met this person, and then suddenly, I had these kind of thoughts or these kind of memories come up, and then after that the fear came up. Yeah? Then you can look at it. Yeah? What was the thought? What was the thought about this person, or what was the thought about that led to this fear, and then you counteract it.
If it's a very superficial cause, so you're not really so clear as to say, this is what I'm going to do, then is it enough to at least continue watching it in the moment, or what to do?
Yeah, the moment, actually, yeah, the moment you accept the fear, yeah, you can actually stop it instantly, saying Buddha, 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 and then the fear is gone. Yeah. But we want to understand, if the fear comes often, yeah, then you want to understand what triggers that fear. Yeah? Is it the fear about the future? Yeah? We don't know the future. I don't know the future. Yeah? Maybe when I get up, I fall over and, I have another aneurysm, where I'm gone. Yeah? Or a stroke. Yeah? It can happen. Yeah? But I don't worry about this. Yeah? The worry about this body, is a kind of fear. Yeah? What happened is going to happen anyway. Yeah? Let's prepare ourselves to be as clear as possible in every situation, so that we see all the possibilities. Because every situation has a lot of possibilities, yeah? And we can look for the possibility that is the most wholesome one. For us, yeah? Or for other people. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Anyone else with questions?
Now, la.
If not, Lompo, I read the questions that were
Practice a little bit, everybody who is there in the Zoom session, it is important, yeah? How often shall I say, how many lives are you going to want to live again and again and again? How many times do you want to learn the same kind of profession? How many times, do you want to learn to walk, to talk, and earn the money, build a family, build a company or whatever? How often do you want to do that? Huh? And think about it, I mean, we have trillions of lives that we have already lived, yeah? Not so many as a human being, but in all sorts of realms, yeah? Very often in the hell realm, yeah, sometimes in the heavenly realm, sometimes in the ghost realm, yeah. I mean, is it so much fun, I mean, our life as a human being, is it so much fun? Huh? Ask yourself this question, because this can give you motivation, to practice, yeah? To practice hard, I mean, wholeheartedly, yeah? Not just sitting and listening. Yes, yeah. I mean, there are lots of, when I talk about Buddhism, there are a lot of stages, I mean, the first time you encounter Buddhism, I mean, you probably look at, the stories of the Buddha, it's like in a picture book, oh, this is nice, this is nice. You do that for 10 or 20 or 30 lifetimes, and then you start to read, about the Lord Buddha, about his teaching. You do that for 100 lifetimes, and then, it is like, like in our childhood, The first is we go to kindergarten, yeah. We see the picture books, then we start to school, to primary school, then to secondary school, and then we go to high school, yeah. We slowly learn, yeah. And that is, with it's the same with Buddhism. Yeah? You cannot start, I mean, you've never been in contact with Buddhism, you cannot start, you're practicing, yeah. You have to learn it, and lifetimes, yeah. I mean, think about it, I mean, how long does it take, how long does it take for a Buddha to become a Buddha? 100 eons, yeah, and 1 eon is uncountable times. For an Arahant, it's at least 60 or 90 eons, before he can become an Arahant. People think, oh, I practice, for 4 years, I become an Arahant. Yeah? We can dream of it, yeah. And, the dream makes us happy, But then, what I very often saw with Westerners, after 4 years, they get so frustrated because they couldn't get an Arahant, so that they go back to lay life, What is completely, yeah. And that is what is happening often, yeah. Sometimes, I mean, in one life, we ordain, and after 10 years, it's so difficult, and then we go back to lay life, yeah? And then in the next life, maybe, we ordain for 15 years, or maybe only for 4 years. And they say, it's so difficult. And then life after life after life, we ordain as a bhikkhu, and one time we are actually managing, to be our whole life, as a bhikkhu or samanin, yeah? And then, 10 or 100 of lifetimes we become a bhikkhu and train and train and train until it seeps in. I mean, don't underestimate the power of kilesas that keeps you in the realm of, in the realm of this universe, yeah? In the realm of birth and death, in samsara, yeah? Don't underestimate it. It's so thick, I mean, each time you need to take out a little slice, yeah? Each time, I mean, we have a very, very, very unsharp blade, where we want to cut the huge tree of life, yeah? And each lifetime, we cut a little bit, we cut a little bit, we cut a little bit, yeah? Until, until it falls over, yeah? It takes time, yeah? So, I mean, when we come here, at least, we have practiced in our previous lives before, yeah? Otherwise, we wouldn't be here. Yeah? Otherwise, we would learn, Buddhism in school or at the university, or go to a different kind of monasteries. There are different kind of monasteries. There are only few monasteries, like Lungta Mahabor called it the Forest University, where you can learn, it's just like in university, you get 4 degrees, Sotapanna, Sakadagami, Anagami, and Arahantship, yeah? The others are just preparing for this university, just like our high school is preparing us for the university. So there are lots of monasteries, I mean, yeah, where you just study and learn and learn and learn, yeah? Practice a little bit and learn and practice a little bit and learn, yeah? But at the Forest University, all what we do is, practice, practice, practice. Yeah? We don't need to learn. We have learned enough, in our life. Huh? It only hinders us. Yeah? Whatever we know, it hinders us. Yeah? Because then we deduce, maybe it's like this, maybe it's like that, maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong. No. Huh? I mean, when we come here, we practice Buddha, 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 or Anapanasati, yeah? And then, when the mind is calm, we practice investigation. Yeah? And as I said in the last talk, investigation is putting our attention, full attention on one object, be it the body object, and then asking the right questions. I mean, we have to actually see, internally with our internal eyes, see the object. Yeah. When I say, cutting up the body and putting it in front of us, you have to actually see it with your inner eyes. Yeah. That you put, you cut off the hand, and you put it in front of you. And then you cut off the other hand and put it in front. Then the lower arm, then the upper arm, until all the parts of the body are there. And then you look, and then you ask yourself, then you ask the right question. What part of the body is the body? Yeah? They're just body parts, yeah? And then we assemble it back again, yeah? That is investigation, yeah? Not just hoping that there is an insight, coming insight. The insight doesn't come. Wisdom doesn't arise, yeah? Wisdom arises through investigation, through asking the right question. Yeah? For instance, if you go inside the body, look at the liver or look at the kidney, yeah? Then we investigate the kidney, and then later on we investigate the liver, and then ask ourselves, what is the difference? Where's the difference between between the kidney and the liver? Yeah? Where's the difference between the skin and the hair? When the hair grows out of the skin, yeah. So, what's the difference? Understanding the nature of the body, yeah? Understanding, that everything, everything in this universe is made out of these four elements: the earth element, the water element, the fire element, the air element, yeah. Even thoughts, huh? Some have a lot of air element and hardly any earth element, but everything in this universe is made out of the element, of these four elements, and then with our investigation we get to it. Yeah, we understand. There's actually nothing to it. Yeah, we get disillusioned. Yeah. I know in the West, you disillusioned me, and that is a bad thing. No, in Buddhism it's a good thing, to get disillusioned, with the world or with the reality that we live in. Yeah? Okay, so now you can ask. Oh.
Okay. I'll read the.
It also, Sani, it is also for you, what I just said. เข้าใจไหมสองคนนิดเดียวนิดหน่อย Okay, read.
Yeah, no problem. I think there's some more question from Anne. Anne, you want to unmute yourself?
Holland.
No.
So, how is your baby coming along?
Well, just about 6 more weeks, so...
6 more weeks? Oh, now it's getting more and more painful.
Yep. Does.
But now you know it already, because you've gone through it already.
Yes, and actually I was lucky last time because it went quite fast, but I didn't even have time for medication, so I just had to go through the pain, but it's awful. So I have to do it again. I just fall into the trap again.
It's your choice.
Yep. Yeah, that's what I say. I fall into the trap again. I do it myself.
Okay, so what are your questions?
Well, I go a bit up and down with my practice. Sometimes I practice a lot, but sometimes that's just the way of my process. And last time I couldn't join the Zoom session, and I asked an online question about feelings.
Yeah.
Feelings of fear and that. And I was thinking, well, the difficult feelings like pain or intense negative feelings, which I don't like to feel or something, is more difficult to accept. And when there is a lot of, what's the word in English? Resistance against it, then, well, it gets more.
Yeah.
So I just thought maybe I'll try to see also what happens when I have a happy feeling or when I have positive feelings, because, well, I like it. It's more easy to accept maybe.
No.
And I tried to, no, because I tried to do it,
Yeah.
like be aware in the moment of the day,
Yeah.
not just only afterwards. But what happens was, for example, I noticed it when I saw something or saw someone who I like. You know, it starts with I see the person, of course, and then these memories come up, and I have a good feeling about it, and then I noticed myself feeling happy, and I just thought, all right, how does it feel? And then the happiness just falls away, and I just go to the breath immediately. I'm just focused on the breath, and then I thought, well, I'm not sure if this is right. So
Yeah,
maybe
that is right. And the same thing happens with feeling that you don't like.
Yeah, well, I thought maybe the same because I had fear before.
Feeling.
It just disappears.
Feeling is the same thing, you know. I mean, we put the labels on. We like it or dislike it. Yeah? Yeah? I mean, if you remove the labels, then a feeling is just a feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I understand.
Yeah? Some cultures like, you know, the feeling of pain, you know. Huh? Other cultures, like our culture, doesn't like it. Yeah? So, I mean, So it is a label that prevents you from seeing the reality of it. Yeah? But I said with happy feelings or with feelings, you know, I mean, what normally happens is we cannot really investigate them because our mind instantly goes to more. Yeah? I mean, watch yourself when you eat something delicious, you know, your mind is always more. Yeah? Yeah? And that it's much more difficult, yeah, because our mind goes in, you know, and the feeling is constantly reproduced. So it is very difficult to investigate, you know, I mean, good feelings, yeah, or happy feelings. It's much easier because the bad feelings that we dislike, you know, they stick on and stick on. Yeah?
Yeah.
But the same thing happens, you know. I mean, if you have a bad feeling, or what I said before with fear, the moment you say Buddha, it's gone. Yeah? Or you put your attention on the breath and it's gone. That is a normal thing, yeah. Feeling appears and disappears very quickly, yeah. But what we don't realize is that we always reproduce that feeling. We want more of it, you know, if it's good feeling, or we dislike it, and it's the same thing, yeah? The more we dislike something, the stronger it becomes. And the more we like it, the stronger it also becomes, yeah?
Yeah. No, for that I understand what you say, but then I'm not sure like how to proceed because last time I in the text that I sent, I explained that that I was looking at what happened before that all happened, like
Yeah.
remember what happened before, and you told me you haven't found
You haven't found the cause yet, yeah?
The cause yet.
But
So
what you're doing, what I assume that you're doing wrong is that you do not actually feel the feeling.
Yeah, I'm still stuck with that. I mean, it's super weird maybe, but I just...
No, it's not weird.
I mean, how can you not feel the feeling? I understand, yet I tend to go
And
into...
accept it. That is the most important thing. Even if it's a painful feeling, accept it, you know. Feel the feeling, yeah. I know it is difficult because our mind instantly runs off, yeah. And then once you know the feeling, you know, then you go back, you know. And it doesn't happen each time that you know the cause of it. Just try to find it, yeah.
And with bodily pain, for example, right now, well, I have a bit less motivation sometimes, so
Yeah.
when I sit, I give up more easy than I did before. But when I have a bit of pain in my back, for example, and I feel like I want to stop, I just want to try to go to the feeling because, well, I don't want to stop. And it's not so bad yet that I really, like I've had before, but then it's still sort of easy to accept because it's not that heavy yet. And then I can see it switch to another place. But I remember when the pain got really heavy before in my knees, and I accepted it for a moment, for as long as I could take. Then I just really saw a lot of heat, and it was really switching, like the temperature was really switching super fast. And well, that's what I saw. And then later, all these thoughts come, and I think, like, did I see wrong, or did I see well?
No,
And I'm
I
not
mean,
sure how to proceed with that as well when that happens.
it can be different each time you look at it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be always the same. I mean, heat, I mean, it can be heat, it can be, some sort of discomfort, yeah. But, then investigate what is heat, yeah. Because heat is also a feeling.
Yeah, and heat is usually the first thing I see when I have pain or when I feel something in my chest. The heat is one of the elements that that I
It can
notice.
also be pressure. Yeah, pressure. If you have pressure, I mean, if you have a very heavy thought, that can pressure, and pressure, I mean, produces heat. Yeah.
Yeah, and how to proceed with that, because then I'm there. And
No, just look at it. Yeah. And then ask yourself, when the mind is clear, then do the Buddha, until the mind is clear, and then go back what came before that. Before that pain. I mean, with real physical pain, I mean, there is no cause for it, the cause is your baby or whatever, or some other strain, yeah? No, I'm talking about the pain, that arises, when you do in meditation. And that pain is kind of magic pain because it can disappear instantly once you get close to it, and once you get close to understand what pain is. But it also helps this kind of understanding of pain, yeah? It also helps with bodily pain that we have, yeah, to be able to accept pain. Yeah? Even if it is bodily pain, that comes from other sources like your baby or whatever, yeah, or somebody hit you on the head, You know the German say, you know the German saying, yeah. Wir rennen mit dem Kopf gegen die Wand, weil es so schön ist, wenn der Schmerz nachlässt. Yeah? We run with our head against the wall because it is so nice when the pain goes away. Habt ihr das in Dutch? The saying? No?
I don't recall it. Something similar.
Yeah, maybe it is old school. I'm really that old. Most from the 70s. Yeah, there's the other thing. There was the other thing. Yeah, and wenn ich meinen Arbeitsanfall habe, dann setze ich mich ganz ruhig in ein Ecklein und warte, bis der Anfall vorüber ist. You understood that? And if I have a pressure, to need to work something, then I sit very quietly in my corner and wait until this, pressure is gone. You should learn more German.
When you talk slow, I can understand a bit. But
Okay. No. You understand what I'm saying about feeling, yeah? Try, feel it, yeah? And once you feel it, you know, I mean, the moment you concentrate actually on the feeling, it really, you know, if you're really interested in the feeling disappears also, yeah? Because there are no thoughts.
What happens
yeah,
sometimes.
there are no thoughts. There are no thoughts. But then you can ask the question, what came before that?
Yeah.
Yeah, and what came before that? And came before that? Until, you know, the heart tells you what is the real cause, yeah? Don't try to speculate what is the cause.
Yeah, that one is difficult eventually because I get too curious and then I go out into thinking and then I'm out. Of course,
yeah, I mean, the moment, it is the same thing with wrong insights, you know? I mean, we experience something and then we make up a story about, you know, what this is, yeah? And that is wrong insight, that is not the insight. Insight, you know, insight or wisdom arises, you know, within the heart, yeah? And we know it, yeah? And if we know it, there's a thing, you know, how to test it out, yeah? If it is a real insight or if it is a fake insight. I mean, we can negate it, yeah? But we know it is true. We can say, no, it's not true, no, it's not true, no, it's not true. You know, I mean, you just make things up, but in our heart, we know it's true. That is the real insight, yeah? If we have a fake insight, yeah, a lot of people, you know, oh, I'm a Sotapanna, yeah? Or I'm a Sakadagami, or I'm Arahant, yeah? I mean, the moment they say, no, I'm not, each time it comes up, no, I'm not, then it starts to shatter, because our belief starts to shatter, then we know it's fake. Yeah? Whatever insight, you know, we have. Yeah? Oh, now I see it. No, you didn't see it. Yeah? I use it a lot, you know, because, I mean, they all come. You know, the kilesas are very keen, you know, in giving us wrong insights, yeah? So I always said, no, I don't believe you. And then they come again, no, but that was real. No, I don't believe you. No, it was real. Yeah, no, I don't believe you. Yeah. And then it starts to shatter a little bit, and then you know, okay, it was just fake.
Well, actually, this leads perfectly to my follow-up question. And then I'm done. Sometimes when I practice less, I get more thoughts, and sometimes, even though I have quite strong belief in you as my teacher and Buddhism, sometimes I still have doubt because I don't want to just blindly follow something which is said, and I think sometimes that's a good thing because then I question myself, like, is this really true? Is this really true? And I just accept whatever I think. But sometimes I do have those thoughts and feelings, and it's difficult because in the world there are so many religions, so many people who claim to know the truth and are so convinced that what they think as the truth is true, that sometimes I reflect on myself and I think, well, I think Buddhism is true, but, you know, am I not like the same people convinced, or am I blind for some things that are said, or and then I try to think like it's that is also a thought, so just investigate these thoughts. You know what I mean? But sometimes it gets difficult.
Yes, I mean, this is quite understandable. We were raised in Christianity, you know. I mean, we have a lot. Yeah, I mean, not even if you didn't go and were taught in school, you know. I mean, most of our society is based on this religious belief. Yeah, and that sometimes can creep in, you know. But in these cases, you know, just ask your heart. The heart will tell you the truth. Yeah? If you don't know, then say, I don't know. It is better, yeah? It is better, you know, not to know than to make a wrong assumption.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, very often I said, I just don't know. I don't understand yet, yeah? And then only after 3 or 4 years, you know, of practicing, okay, now I understand it. Now I know. People are impatient. Yeah. They want to have it, now, yeah. That's why, that's why Grok and, Gemini is so popular. They just ask it, yeah, okay, and then he gives the answer, and we don't even reflect about, if the answer is correct or not correct. Because we don't have that kind of knowledge, that we can decide if this is correct or not correct, yeah. So, I mean, sometimes it is much better to stay with, I don't know, yeah, or I'm not sure, yeah, and then just go and skip over it, yeah. And the one thing that I did, I had, when I was with a teacher, then I was with the teacher, and, as long as this teacher could give me something, that I wanted or I needed, then I stick with him. And then if I knew he doesn't know the furthest step ups, then I looked for another teacher. I didn't go shopping, yeah, for teachers, yeah. When I came to Pantat, I said, I have everything what I need, yeah. Why do I need to? Yeah? Everybody said, there's another Arhan. You need to? I said, no, I have one. It's enough. One who knows the way, and he was the best, He was one of the best teachers, in whole of Thailand, yeah, after Luang Pu Man, yeah. So, I mean, why do I have to go shopping to see Luang Pu Khao or Luang Pu Chop or whatever, Luang Pu online, there's no need to see them, yeah. Just stick with one, yeah. And if I can't answer your question, then just diss me, yeah. I don't mind, yeah.
Well, I had one time when I was at the Goenka retreat, then I learned something which I hadn't heard from you before, and it really hit me. And then I noticed that whole day I was in anger. With all due respect, please don't hate me. With all due respect, I was feeling so much anger because I thought, why Ajahn? I followed him for 3 years. Why is this something new? Why I haven't experienced or heard this before? So. And then later it was gone. But yeah, I just don't want to be. I understand what you mean. I don't want to go shopping because it just creates a lot of
confusion.
A lot of what to say?
Confusion.
Doubt.
Yeah,
confusion.
Yeah, confusion. Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to stare blindly and just accept blindly.
Yeah, I mean, blindly we don't accept blindly, but yeah, I mean, one time my first teacher said, just listen, without thoughts, without labels, I said, how can I do that, Huh? I mean, that is impossible, yeah. But, he said, just do it, try it, and then one year later, I could listen without, putting any labels on it, yeah. I tried it, and it worked, and then I had the more, yeah. I mean, it's just like with the Buddha's teaching. The more you follow the Buddha's teaching, the more your faith in the Lord Buddha grows, yeah. In the beginning, it was maybe 90%, then it was 100%. Now it is 1,000%. I have no doubt about anything, what he taught, yeah. Because you go the way, you see the signs that he's talking about it, and the more signs you see, and I mean, how can you doubt that? And it's the same with teachers, yeah? I mean, a teacher tells you to do this, and yeah, and you do it, and things happen, and then you get more faith, yeah? You cannot have complete faith, yeah? I mean, just like the Christians, faith in God. Who is God, yeah? I don't have faith in him. Which God, the 32 gods, the ram of the 32 gods, or the ram of the 16 gods, the God over the 16 gods? Yeah, I don't know which God, they're talking about. But if I follow, if I find it, if my heart is reasonable, and that's why I switched the teacher, because my heart said, what they are teaching, that doesn't sound correct, You have to find something else, yeah? And then I went to Lungta and he said, yeah, this is not the way, yeah? I mean, you have to do it like this and this and this, yeah? And then my heart said, yes, let's try it, and it worked out. Yeah? So if I can't answer your question or if you have the feeling, just diss me, yeah? I don't mind.
I don't think I can.
I'm not a perfect being, Yeah? I have my good, and also, sometimes do things, I mean, that other people disapprove, yeah? I mean, when this German woman, when she asked about me, in Germany, I mean, they all hate me, yeah? Most of the people in Germany hate me, yeah? That, this arrogant person, I mean, how can you talk like that? Yeah? I'm talking from my knowledge, yeah? And that, of other people, I'm convinced that what I know is, yeah, I know, yeah? And that, for other people, that is arrogance, yeah? So I said, okay, yeah. Okay, so that was the answer, yeah? Until next time, yeah?
Thank you.
So, Sunny?
Yes, Uncle.
Yeah, ask questions, because it's already late, yeah? Yeah? How many questions are there?
9 questions.
Okay.
Yeah, but some are pretty long.
Pretty long. Yeah, just the gist of it.
First question, the world and sensual pleasures are so enticing to me. I'm hooked on them. Sexual pleasure in particular. I try to restrain, but that part of my mind lashes out violently in response. Should I gradually try to wean the sexual activity down, or should I cut it cold turkey? I'm struggling so much to resist sexual urges. It hooks me every day. I'm drowning in it.
What is the question?
If you could, he cut it very hard or gradually.
No, I mean, sexual desire is the most, or sexual craving is the worst kind, yeah. It's the most strongest, I mean, it has an enormous power. The way you cut it down is by doing a body investigation, seeing the body as loathsome. Yeah? I mean, the best thing is, yeah. I mean, there's always an object, yeah, where you put your sexual desire on. Yeah. So strip that object off the skin, and then look what is underneath the skin. And if you then ask yourself, do you want to kiss it? Do you want to hug it? Do you want to have intercourse with it? And the first reaction is, blah. And in that moment, the sexual desire is gone. And then you stop this, this interrogation, or this questioning, and then it comes back, and then you do the same thing again. Yeah, that's how you cut it down. I mean, otherwise, how can we as monks, be still alive? Huh? We don't suppress things. We investigate things or find a way how to diminish, how to diminish the attachment to these things. Yeah? To cut it down, it just makes, to suppress your sexual desire is, don't follow it, but don't suppress it because it becomes stronger that way. Okay, next question.
Venerable Ajahn, how can I help a person that is having a severe psychotic depression case? This person that I speak about has been depressed for a while, and I have been trying to teach him about the precepts and meditation so that he can calm his mind. I tried to show him how breaking the precepts make his mind wild, and how his mind will hurt him if he doesn't learn to tame it. I had some success. I made him read the Dhammapada and listen to some Dhamma talks. But he soon gave up, and he often broke the precepts of not killing living beings. Recently, his case has become more severe. He started cutting his own skin, and he said he is hearing voices. He is having professional help, but I feel like I have the duty to help him too, since I had people helping me when I didn't see the importance of the precepts. How can I help him see that his own suffering is his own doing, And should I leave him to reap the consequences of his own actions if the situation starts to damage my own practice? Thank you so much for everything.
The first thing is for you to realize that you cannot help another person unless it is interested in what you have to tell him. Yeah? You cannot force another person to be a good person. Yeah? He has to come, yeah. I mean, out of his depression, he has to come to see you and ask you, yeah. And if he doesn't come anymore, I mean, you cannot help him. Huh? I mean, we are not preachers, who preach other people how to behave. Yeah, we know how it worked out in Christianity. Yeah, people got fed up with this. Yeah, no, and the first thing is, first thing is ask, why do you want to help this person? Huh? Why? Why do I want to help that person? Huh? And the answer is because I can't help myself. Right? So, yeah, by giving myself the illusion that I can help another person, I feel better. Huh? Ask yourself this question. Huh? Help yourself before you can help others. Think about it, I mean, I haven't talked about it for a long time, Think about, you fell into a deep dump of shit, yeah? And there's no way that you get out, yeah? And then, you see somebody walking along, yeah? Along, he's not in the dump of shit, And the first question you ask, how did I fall into this dump of shit? That's not the question. How do I get out of it? Yeah? That is the question, to ask yourself. You have to help yourself. You have to get out of the dump, yeah? Out of the swamp, yeah? Because as long as you're in the swamp, you cannot really help another person. The moment you help him, you dive, and that's what you experience, yeah? You help him, push him up, his head over the swamp, so that he can breathe. And while you do that, you go under. Huh? You have to have really solid, solid ground underneath your feet. That means you know how to help yourself, and then you can help others. Next question. Job is the same. You get frustrated. Yeah? Hello?
Okay, Ajahn. My question is about how to practice sati. When I try to access just pure knowing, my mind jumps in and interferes. Who is that? Who is that is knowing? Is it the chitta? Practicing mindfulness is much easier, but I know that is not sati. How can I keep my mind out of it?
Huh? I don't understand really his question.
You want to stay only with the pure knowing.
I mean, yeah, stick to the Buddha or stick to the breath. Huh? Know how the breath is. That is the knowing. Yeah, that is the sati. Yeah. Whenever the mind goes out, you bring it back to the breath or to the Buddha. I mean, how often do I talk about how to develop sati? Huh? Knowing the breath going in, knowing the breath goes out, knowing that the breath is deep or shallow. This is, yeah, but you have to put your attention onto one object, yeah, be it the Buddha or be it the breath. Next.
Dear Ajahn Martin, during my meditation practice, I noticed that I keep paying too much attention to my breathing. As a result, the breath no longer feels natural. Would you kindly advise me on how should I practice in order to let go of this excessive attention?
That is very normal for pretty much every one of us. We are control freaks, and we try to control whatever we observe. Yeah, get out in the nature, get to the zoo, and observe the animals. Yeah, you cannot control them, but you know what they are doing, and then apply the same thing to your breath or to your Buddha meditation. Next.
Venerable Ajahn, when we practice body contemplation, are there any signs that we are overdoing it? I have been watching autopsies and I feel very calm for a while, but after a few days, I start to feel anxious. Could this be a sign that I'm overdoing it? Nowadays, I do 1 hour of samatha in the morning after I wake up and half an hour of body contemplation in the evening before going to bed every day. Is this a good ratio or am I risking overdoing it?
No, you cannot overdo it. You probably don't do it correctly, yeah. But I mean, do more samatha. Do 2 hours of samatha and maybe half an hour of body investigation, and do light body investigation, yeah. I mean, just like I talked about it, I mean, reflect about your life, reflect about your illness, reflect about death, yeah, and so on, yeah. And then, I mean, just take the body apart, into its bits and pieces, or remember the 32 parts of the body and then put them out, yeah. But you cannot overdo that, yeah. Actually, when you do really body investigation, well, what is happening, yeah, when you come out, you feel angry, yeah. The kilesas, don't like, that you destroy their most favorite object, yeah. And the most favorite object of the kilesas is the body, yeah. So, remember, yeah, when we see, I mean, that a child has a favorite toy, you try to take it away or you try to destroy it, and this child gets very angry, yeah. And the kilesas are children, yeah, just like children, yeah. You destroy the body, I mean, you question the body, yeah. You question the sacredness of the body, and then the kilesas get very angry, and you will feel it, yeah. The anger comes up after investigation of the body, if you do it correctly, yeah. In the beginning, you might not, you feel some disorientation of some dissatisfaction, yeah? But if you do it, if you do it, go really into it, you really feel the anger coming up, yeah. And that's why you should be alone when you do it, because if you see somebody else, you latch the anger onto somebody else, yeah, and that's not good, yeah. Next.
Bhante, what's the difference between the terms body contemplation and asubha? When I am watching anatomy videos, my attention seems to be divided between understanding how each body part works and just feeling disgusted by the unattractiveness of the body. And these two tendencies seems to be opposing each other.
Yeah,
which one should I prioritize?
Yeah, no, I mean, we are not understanding how the body works, we understand, we understand the anatomy, yeah. I mean, we look at the body, I mean, if you take a skin off, yeah, what do you see? Huh? That is asubha. Asubha is loathsomeness of the body, yeah. Ask any doctor, who opens the first corpse, he either throws up or falls unconscious, yeah. He doesn't want to see that shit, yeah. Or if you don't like to open up the body, I mean, spit in your hand, and then try to lick it up 5 minutes later. You don't want it. Yeah? Or, feel the shit in your hand, and put it at your nose, you don't like it. Yeah? That is asubha. That is the loathsomeness of the body. We don't have to make the body loathsome. It is loathsome. Yeah? Why would we fall unconscious? Why would we throw up if we see the internals of the body? Huh? Next.
Practicing in line with the 7 factors of enlightenment, I practice mindfully, diligently, and investigate the Dhamma. After a while, I got samadhi and feel the separation of the body and mind, but without getting the piti, the joy factor. Am I practicing correctly? What should I do differently in order to fulfill the joy and tranquility factors before getting samadhi?
Forget about the 7 factors of enlightenment. Yeah, I mean, the joy is the joy. When I sit down, I'm happy. That I can sit down and relax and do some samatha or investigation. That is the joy. It's not the joy, the intensive joy that comes up. Yeah, it's the joy of doing the practice. And forget about, people, they stick so much, to seven stages of enlightenment, 7 factors of enlightenment. Forget it, do the work, and you will pass through all these stages. And the work is very simple. That's why I try to make it as simple as possible. We stay with the breath, or we stay with the Buddha until the mind becomes completely calm. And then you might feel the happiness and the joy. And then, after the mind is calm for a certain amount of time, do the investigation of the body. And if you do that, in the correct manner, you will see everything. Well, the Lord Buddha talks about it. You don't have to. Now I have to practice joy. How do I practice joy? The joy is in the heart. Look at the heart, and there's the joy. How do I practice metta? The metta is in the heart. You just have to open the heart. It is locked up with seven different locks. You have to unlock it, until you see the metta. I can get really angry, at these stupid questions, How do I practice metta? Everybody in the West is practicing metta. No. Imagining. Metta is in our heart, we just have to look there. Greed is in our heart, we just have to look there. Hate is in our heart, we just have to look there. We have to open the heart. And what I'm teaching is the way to the heart. How we get to these things. Producing, making. That is the West. Always trying to make something, to up something. No. It's observing, knowing, asking the right question. That is the path to the heart. Next.
The second last question. Mental formations change instantly right in the moment, allowing the heart's eye to see its impermanent nature right here and now. However, the body remains virtually the same at this moment. And any idea that the body ages or dies is a concept or imagination or memory. So,
look at your parents. It's not an imagination. Look at a child. Look at a child, that is just born, and then look at it 1 year later, and it changes. Or look at your own. Well, what is the question?
So the heart may not see the truth so easily, even though the mind understands intellectually. How to let the heart see the impermanent nature of the body?
I just talked about it. I just, even before he asked the question, I knew. Look at your own life. What 1 year ago, what did you think? What were your ideas? How was your body? Was it strong? Or when you get into sickness, what is it? When you were very sick, the first thought, when you're really sick, you cannot do anything. You think you're dying. And when you're healthy again, you don't think that you're dying. What is it? It's all connected with the body. And then look at the year before, and then 10 years before, and 10 years before, until you come to your birth. And then you see the changing nature of the body. And then go back, go in the future, until you see your body dying. That is a normal process. Okay. Intellectual is not going to solve the problem. To intellectualize these things, observe it, ask the right questions, and you will get the answer sooner or later. Most of the time later. Okay. Next.
Okay, last question. When I investigate the Dhamma, I feel that our understanding of the 5 khandhas and things depends on the mental function of perception and cognition. When I let go of perception and cognition, there is no way to investigate anymore. And being alive, we are unable to let go of consciousness. So is perception and consciousness the last khandhas to be let go of? Can you please teach how to investigate the perception and consciousness khandha?
Perception is a function of the memory. It's a sanya. Sankhara is thought. Consciousness, forget about it. You can't even see it. Because your study is not strong enough. How do you want to investigate consciousness? The first thing that you investigate is the body. The next thing you investigate is the body. The third thing that you investigate is the body. The 100th thing that you investigate is the body. Body. Yeah? With it, the bodily feeling, with it, the senses of the body. Yeah? That's, yeah? And, yeah. It's the same thing, yeah? I'm not, yeah? There's no I, there's no atta, I'm not, I can do whatever I want, the karma comes back to me. Yeah? Intellectualize, is not the way of practice. I mean, what did the Lord Buddha do? He never people, they read all the Buddhas, the suttas, they don't know what the Lord Buddha did. He was sitting in meditation, yeah? He didn't ask the questions, He didn't go to his teachers to ask the question, what is this, what is this, what is this, yeah? He sat in meditation, investigation, yeah? Samatha and vipassana, that's it. That's the path to deliverance. Okay, I'm already angry enough.
Yes, no more questions.
Yeah. Okay, then let's close it down for today, yeah? It's already late, yeah?
Yes, no problem. Yeah. Let's all pay respects. Bye-bye. All together.
I'm teaching already, when did I start teaching? 2002, yeah? From 2002, yeah? And from 2006, there are already recordings, yeah? Over 20 years, yeah? Sometimes I just feel like Jesus, Jesus and his 12, disciples, they were all so stupid, they never understood what the Lord Jesus, was talking about, yeah? Do the path, yeah, go the practice, and you will know for yourself, yeah. I mean, the first thing that I did, when I when I started practicing, and before I read a little bit, yeah, when I started practicing meditation, I wasn't interested in anything. I wasn't interested in the scriptures. I was only interested, to get the mind calm. Once the mind got calm, to start on the investigation. Huh? And if I had troubles, I asked my teacher, how to overcome this, or how to look at this, in the proper way, yeah. I wasn't interested in what other people, talking, yeah. We all have a mind, we all have conception, we all have misconception, yeah. We all conceptualize, yeah. And that's not the way, we look, we observe, yeah. And if you understand what I'm talking, when you observe something, you know it. You don't have to think about what this animal is doing or what the tree is doing. You see it shaking there, and you know it's shaking. You don't have to think, oh, this tree is shaking. Yeah? Why is this tree shaking? You see it, the wind comes, and it's shaking. Huh? Don't conceptualize. It's not the way of practice. เข้าใจนะ นิดหน่อย โอเค มีคำถามฮะไม่มีอะไรอยากถามอะไรถามอันนี้ก็ yeah, so then we end the session, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Longpo.
Yeah.
See you next month.
Yeah. When are you coming? In December or in January?
January. Yeah.
January. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Bye. And practice. Don't think.